Sorry, cop. Zachary Hardin here, again with another relic that I was able to secure for the Thai National Flag Museum and for Mr. Plutiful. So, this book right here is called The Flag and Soldier Painting Book. From the little information that I was able to find on eBay and also through this book is from about the early 1900s. My best guess is that because it has some flags from, let's say, Italy, Persia, and also from some from the Russian Imperials, kind of like this page over here. I'm thinking this book was made before the events in Russia in 1917, where they became the Soviet Union, and events that were before World War One, because it still has some of our adversary flags in here, such as, let's take a look here. Truthfully, I haven't really spent a lot of time in this book. Like, you take a look at some of the German flags, the Austrian flags, anything that was from the Austro-Hungary Empire. So, in terms of this book, there's really not a lot of painted pictures, like pre-painted. For example, take a look at this one. The U.S., other than the star count, looks pretty accurate, but the star count's kind of pretty weird, because on the cover you see 48, and then inside this book it looks like it's somewhere in like the mid 40s, not necessarily to the 48. So this is kind of pretty odd design book. And also some other historical flags, such as Spain. So the main feature, the Siamese flag. If you take a look right over here, you can kind of see it's unpainted. And truthfully, there's really not a lot that I can show for painted. Like, I think the only Asian-related flag that was even painted was the Japanese naval ensign, which is still used to this day. Take a look right over here. And there are some other pages where the Siamese flag is also listed. Let me see here. Da-da-da. Right over here. It's just... And the condition of this book is alright. It's like, I definitely know it was used. Let's see. Someone was using it for crayons or whatnot. If you take a look right over here. And the spine condition is definitely up there in the terms of a book from the early 1900s. So it's definitely a book over 100 years old. The biggest takeaway I have from this book is that they didn't really give a lot of instructions other than just your basic colors you need are red, white, and blue. Also, yellow is necessary. Have different brushes, different sizes, but it was kind of impossible to draw a lot of the coat of arms, especially since a lot of the flags inside this book do not have like a color guide. Or don't really have any kind of anything to show what colors you're supposed to use. For example, take a look at Burma right over here. It's normally it's a white flag with a peacock in it, but they did not give any instructions. So you pretty much have to rely on some kind of encyclopedia, some kind of map, some kind of chart to even do this. So this kind of book right here, even though it was geared towards children, it forces them to research. It forces them to look up the information in order to do this correctly. For the book itself, I think there's only maybe about 2 or 3 copies that I know of. There's one that somehow is in the Netherlands, judging by a source. This copy I got from Pennsylvania, mostly because the eBay seller wasn't able to ship to Thailand. So I went ahead and got the book, and me and Mr. Poopo are working out the details on that good old fun stuff. So that's a side issue that's being taken care of. And I guess there was another book somewhere in California, but I just don't know really the conditions on anything else. Um, let's see. But overall, it's a pretty interesting find, pretty interesting book. Since there's not a lot of times where any Asiatic country besides, let's say, China and Japan are covered in a book, especially in a book from this era. Most of the time, you're going to see British possessions in Asia, French possessions in Asia, and their standards. But you're not going to see anything like an independent Siam, an independent Burma, or really anything else. And also, you can see that Korea was not even in the book as well because at that time they were under the occupation of the Japanese. Other than that, the only thing that I can say is it's not often I can find relics regarding the flag of Thailand, no matter if it's the elephant flag that you saw in the book, the banner you see right behind me that was used from 1916 and 1917, to just the various different kinds of national flags that can be found on, let's say, eBay. For example, let me show you something real quick. This I picked up a couple weeks ago from eBay. It's a government specification made flag for the United States military. Judging by the era, it was probably made for Vietnam use, since I know U.S. troops were stationed in Thailand. And it still has the box, the inscription of what the contract was and who made it. See, it doesn't show who made it on there, but on the header over here, let me just get out of the plastic. This shows it was made by the Valley Forge Flag Company, which is still in existence today, and is one of the top two, actually top three flag makers inside the U.S. behind Carrot Top and Annan. So, being able to help the museum with these relics and just kind of give them a piece of their history back is something that I enjoy doing. I did it before with toy trumpet with the elephant flag on it, with a Japanese book that I was able to secure for about 500 US. And it was just overall something I enjoy doing, pleasure that I get doing, and also just the fact that we're able to learn together and finally piece a correct history of the national flag of Thailand and its predecessors, to be able to tell the English-speaking world, to be able to tell everyone in the world what the true story is my goal. And hopefully not only with this book, but also with some other side things I'm doing, with Mr. Poothipo, with the Flags of the World website, with Wikipedia, that goal will be accomplished. So thank you all so much, and sign off from Arkansas.